Alright, so I was just sitting here thinking, um, you know, damn thing messed up again. Trying to get the lighting on this thing right, because I don't know, for whatever reason it keeps going dark or whatnot. But, so, as usual, every now and again, this lighting thing sucks. I go through my comments. Most of the time they rack up, and then I just never really address them, or I never look at them or whatever. But every now and again, when I get some downtime and I'm not dealing with my boys or whatnot, or just being a husband, I'll go through my comments section just to see what's being said and whatnot. And interesting situation happened to me on my personal Facebook, which I did a video about, which is gonna take ridiculously. The internet here sucks, and I have no idea as to why it sucks, but it sucks, and it takes like hours to upload a 15-minute video. Anyways, I'm gonna try to keep this one short because I want to get it uploaded quick. It'll probably end up being uploaded before the other one, so hopefully it doesn't throw the sequence out of order. But anyways, I was just thinking to myself, and I was like, self, with black women, there's always a justification for everything. Whether it's weave, whether it's bad attitude, whether it's whatever the case may be that you find yourself in a situation dealing with a black woman or a female. And I was thinking to myself, like, also, like, self, why is it that those same excuses can't be applied to black men? And I was like, you know what, self? You got me. You stumped me. So I started thinking of some excuses. Now, we always hear about, the black girl attitude. And I know it was a popular thing when I was growing up in the 90s for black females to justify it by saying what happened to black women in slavery and why they had to be so kind of harsh and everything because they were being raped and they were being sold off and all this other stuff. And I often think sometimes, because even the woman that commented on my Facebook post about the wearing the weave, she made a mention about how hard black women have it in this country, and I often stop when black women say that, and I laugh and I say, really? You have it really hard in America? Like, the fact that your net worth after you pay all your bills is only $5, yet I see y'all driving nicer cars than I drive. And the average, I think it's 15. Now, we ain't much better. Black men ain't much better. But I think we're like $1,500 or something like that after we pay all our bills. Now, white people are like something like, I don't know, like 90-something grand or whatever. I don't know. It's basically what you're worth after you pay all your bills and stuff like that. Your net value, net worth. Even though it's very low for us, we still have it fairly hard. And I mentioned to her in that post about the fact that everything the government comes out seems to be geared towards throwing black men in prison, but everything that comes out for black women tends to help them in get enrolled in college. Only for us to be told by those same black women benefiting from all these grants and government-funded things because they want to empower women that they are more educated than the black man. Yet the black man has to be faced with everything being criminalized that they do because there's more profit in seeing us behind bars than seeing us behind books. Now, I rarely ever hear a black man complain about that. I rarely ever hear about the black man complaining about the industrial prison complex or the prison industrial complex. I rarely ever hear a black man complain about that. Yet black women who are not a primary source of incarceration often brings up everything that quote unquote the evil white people do that holds them back, but yet they never talk about how the evil white people came up with the whole system of child support, the whole system of, even though they stole it from the Black Panthers, but the whole, what's it called, the breakfast thing, SNAP, or whatever it's called, they got that from the Black Panthers, but, you know, they won't ever admit that because they're evil people. And, you know, but these things disproportionately benefit them. They can get put, if they have too many children, they can get put in housing. If I have too many children, I can go to jail. I can lose my license. I can lose my right to vote. I can lose my ability to own a firearm because somehow it is against the law to not be able to pay for children that you can't afford. Yet when they cannot pay for children that they themselves birthed, came out they pussy, they get assistance. Imagine that. See, here's my thing. Here's my take on the whole thing, because I want to wrap this up so I can upload this video as quickly as I can. I am sick and tired of black women making excuses for the shit they do, because this is exactly why black men are leaving them alone. But I'm the only dumbass honest enough to basically say this. See, black women want their fucking cake, eat it too, get diabetes, and then blame the black man, for giving them diabetes. They blame the black man for giving them children, even though they can prevent children by fucking taking all the options that they fucking get under Roe v. Wade, even though they're complaining about they're trying to reverse that now. Maybe by reversing that, they'll give them a little bit more responsibility, and maybe hopefully one day we'll take away that crutch of, oh, well, I'll have this baby and then get money from this man to help me take care of it, and hopefully the state will say, no, you made that unilateral decision to have a child, now good luck with it. I think that's the way it should be. If a man can't opt out of fatherhood, but a woman can opt out of motherhood, I think that's fucking wrong. If a woman can say, you know what, I don't want to fuck up my shape. You know what, I'm not ready to be a parent. You know what, I want to go to college. You know what, I want to finish my degree. I'm just going to kill this baby and be done with it, which is committing murder and not see jail time. But a man who says, you know what, fuck it, I don't really like you like that. I told you I didn't want to be a father. Good luck. He gets thrown in jail. He's not killing the child. He says, I just don't want nothing to do with it. But he gets thrown in jail because he refuses to pay for it. And in most instances, I've seen in some dudes that I know, they were paying, or before the court order, they were doing all this for their child anyways, and the woman still put them on child support. So, what's the excuse for that? See, they pick and choose what they want to argue. They pick and choose all the racial being held back, but then when they're not held back and they still are being irresponsible, that same evil government that they say is holding them back actually fucking boosts them up. See, here's a test. And I did this. Google scholarships for black women, and then Google scholarships for black men. That within itself will end this video, and I won't need to say anything else. You will see the disproportionate amount of grants and funds for black women that are not there for black men. Yet they always have an excuse about how they have to wear weave because of white America, but then turn right around, they don't care about what people think or say about them. So it's funny how when a black man criticizes them wearing weave, he's whatever, I don't care, I do what I do. But when you start getting down to the nitty gritty, you start really hitting them with logic, then they say, well, it's because of corporate America and the fact that they won't let me wear my natural hair and my braids and all this other shit. But I know that's an out and out fucking lie. I used to wear cornrows and I used to wear an afro. They may look gawk or whatever because some white people are infatuated with black hair. They don't understand how their hair grows. Our hair grows out and their hair goes down. It's just one of those things. Sometimes you are in awe of that which is different from you. But there's always an excuse. There's always a justification. She cheated on you because you weren't throwing it down right. She left you because you didn't have enough money. She didn't want to give you the time of day because you weren't tall enough. There's always a justification of why black women can do fucked up shit to you, but if you just question them or critique them, then you're fucking bashing them. This is why a lot of black men are just tired of black women. And honestly, I understand. All the MGTOWs that comment on my video, and I try to defend and try to say, you know what, there's nothing. I apologize, man. I apologize to every one of y'all, because you know what? Even though I may not necessarily agree with just leaving all black women alone, because I and maybe this is just the idiot in me. Maybe this is my one weak link. I still have that much hope that there's a decent black woman out there. And maybe that'll be my downfall.